Hi everyone, my name is Diane and welcome to my channel Witchcraft is Political. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome. I just again want to lay down that this is a channel about witchcraft and I'm a witch, and if you do not want to be associated with witches, or if you are scared, angry, or afraid of witches, just know that this channel is not for you. So I would really request that you not be here right now. So I just want to put that out up front. So with that spell laid down, we will now come to today's messages, which are messages from the Libra supermoon we had 2 days ago. And funnily enough, it was quite cloudy on the day of the full moon itself. That was on Sunday, yeah. And I could not catch a glimpse, but I got a glimpse of the moon last night, and oh my god, it was like amazing, beautiful. That was like one day after the full moon. And this full moon is very special because it's a supermoon, which means that the moon is closest to the earth at this point than at any other time of the solar calendar year. So, yeah, that means if you guys have been having a lot of like intense dreams or intense emotions in general, it's all connected to, the moon's pull on the earth, and there are messages for you in your dreams. So just like pay attention to things which are coming to you, signs which are coming to you in these, especially in this coming week, I would say. Just be like extra cognizant, because the universe has a lot to tell you, and they are sending you signs. The moon is sending you signs. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit about the Libra supermoon. The supermoon is also about like the relationships between self and the other, and how we see others, and therefore how we see ourselves, and how we see ourselves and therefore how we see others. So a lot of those themes are bound to come up, especially in the next 2 weeks till the new moon in Aries, and I would say even in the next month or so. So just something to, I mean, especially if you're doing that kind of like emotional work and shadow work on yourself, this would be something to focus on. How you see yourself, what's your image of yourself, or how you perceive others, and what does that say about you? Because how we think about others says actually a lot about ourselves, right? So just something I want to put out there. So as you can see, today we have quite a different setup. We have 5 cards, and I thought I would do something different today. Actually, I was guided to do something different today. Um, the readings won't be as long as they typically are, and instead of 3, we have 5 groups you can choose from. And yeah, this is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. So basically we are getting messages from the moon, messages from the supermoon, and it will basically tell you, I think, like, we'll start with grasping a general energy for each of the group with a card which signifies you. Then we will go on to talk about what's going on in your life and where your focus is being drawn to, where your focus is and where your focus is being drawn to. And lastly, we'll get some advice and guidance from the moon. So that's the agenda, so to say, for today. I mean, you never know what comes up in these readings. So, I mean, whatever I say at the beginning can only be a very rough kind of guide, but like, let's see what comes up. So, as usual, you know, meditate, clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and see which card you want to pick up. You can pause the video here and do that if you feel like, because I'm also gonna put some stones on the cards for people who like to choose with stones. So here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, pick a card and I'll see you soon. So hello everyone who picked group 1, pile 1, and let's see what we have here. Ooh, the bird. So this is your energy, pile 1, and you are being represented by the bird. So already, first off, we see there's a very light and free energy. I think you are feeling light and free after a while now, it seems like, and especially with the change of seasons, I feel there's also something about that here. It's making you feel joyful and happy, and yeah, there's just a lot of energy here, a lot of I feel just a lot of like energy to do things, and you're full of like ideas and creativity, and you wanna like make things, you wanna go out, you wanna travel, So yeah, I just like I get such a cool energy here, very freeing, very joyful, very very nice. Yeah. So let's look at more of the cards we got for you. So I already shuffled today, before the cameras. Like I already shuffled before filming this, so that we don't lose a lot of time in shuffling. So I can just get straight to the point, and let's see what 2 cards we have here. So these cards will tell you where your focus is and where you are being guided to focus. So let's see. First card for where your focus is. And where you're being guided to focus. Wow. So the first card, where your focus is, we have, let's put this here actually. Do you see it? Let's put it here. Where your focus is, it's Emperor or King of Swords, and where you're being asked to focus, that's Four of Swords, or Four of Swords in reverse, or Death in reversed. So interesting. Both are swords cards. I am feeling that your energy is pretty mental here. So you're like probably thinking of new projects. There's a lot of like thinking energy going on with you. And with where your focus is at the King of Swords, I feel like maybe you are kind of like planning something huge, something you want to build, some kind of like new project. It could be about work, but I feel it could also be about home and family life, something you want to build at home. Um, but basically, this is something which will be seen by other people. So it's not just something, it's not something you kind of want to do in secret, or like, like just keep to yourself. But it's about something you want to put out there in the world, be it either at your work or be it either in your home or family life. Um, and you're like excited about this, like your energy is very, um, yeah, full of like ideas, but also you are thinking about execution plans. You are like coming at it from a very logical viewpoint. You are thinking about how to make it happen, how to take it forward. But the universe, and especially the full moon, is actually asking uh, you to slow down a bit, because this energy you are in right now is very raring to go. But the the moon asks you to really take it slow. This doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords upright is a very calm, meditative kind of state, but in reverse, it would be about taking it slow, you know, think, meditating on it, giving it time, but nevertheless going forward with it. You should definitely go forward with it. What the ideas you have are good, the plans you have are fruitful, things will work out, but you need to slow down, because I get the sense that you are missing some of the details in all this thinking. You're missing almost like a human part of it. So maybe the way you're thinking about these plans you have, it's really logical, in the sense almost like algorithmic. So X leads to Y, leads to Z, leads to Q, etc. But you're being asked to think, or meditate a bit more about how you feel emotionally invested into this project. How does it fit into your bigger plans and your bigger goals for your life? So kind of like, not just take immediate action because it sounds like such a cool idea, but take that action after thinking about how it fits into your larger goals and plans, and who you want to be ultimately. How does it fit into the bigger picture of you, the bigger story of you? What is that story of you? You know? What do you want your life to look like? Because this is not just about one project. This needs to span much more. This needs to be much more. So how will you take that forward? And that's really kind of like the puzzle piece, almost like this, which the moon is asking you to like bring into consideration here. I also noticed that you pick this rose quartz in stone, which was on the pile, and like it's telling, because this is all about like emotions and self-love. So especially if you are planning this project thinking mostly of others around you, maybe giving to others, how can you make their lives better, etc., and how you can help your community on the one hand, or maybe you're thinking about how will others see this project, what will their reactions be. That could be like another way you're focusing on others. So if you are like putting a lot of thought into that aspect of it. How will your plan manifest actually in the outer world, in like the material world, and what will people's reactions to it be like, and will it help people, you know? So if you are caught in that energy, you're being asked to shift that a bit into also thinking about how does this plan serve you, because this is about self-love and this is about your emotions, how does it actually make you feel, not just how it uh, serves others, because you are as important here. And if any radical change in our world is supposed to come around, it will happen not through sacrificing ourselves, because that's what oppressive power teaches us to do, to sacrifice ourselves for others, to sacrifice. But that's how that oppressive power operates, by taking ourselves from us. So you're being like really asked to not get sucked into that, almost I would say, ideology, which works and operates so invisibly almost in our psyches and in society, psyches internally, in how we view ourselves, and in society how we view others. Oh wow, self and other themes. Wow, okay, I did not see that coming. But yeah, so just like be careful, be careful not to get sucked into it. So let's look at advice. Wow, Rhodonite, find a way to forgive. Wow. Okay, so I think one thing I want to say, that when I was doing this reading with these two cards, I really got the sense that this project you have in mind might be something to do with like a community project, or like something with activism. I don't know, like something like, it does not need to be overtly political, but like there is something here to do with making, there's some sort of like idealism here, like in a good way, like just wanting a better world and making things better for people, making a better society. That's like the kind of sense I got, and I think your project probably has something to do with that. And here, the advice we got is find a way to forgive. And what does that mean in this whole reading? Wow. So what I'm getting is that you have I mean, come on, the state of the world is so shit, right? And I think you are quite frustrated by that, and which is only like supernatural. Like, who wouldn't be? And I mean, I am, like every day you see the news, I see the media, and like, you can't help but get angry, and you can't help but see what kind of crap society we are creating, what kind of crap world we are creating. And it's very, it sends up a melee of emotions, right? Like it's anger, it's guilt also, because we feel like we are not doing enough, and how much ever we hate humans for doing what they have done to the world, we are still also part of that humanity. So in a way, then we end up hating ourselves, and it's a very, very vicious kind of loop, which comes at play here when that kind of thinking starts operating. And it's true, like a lot of time that anger and that frustration can be channeled to make something and build something better for the world. But I'm also being called to say here that, that kind of thing which will be built from that anger and frustration, know that it's not gonna be sustainable, and it's not gonna bring about sustainable change in the world. Because to bring change, and this is like really simple, we are living in a world which is so saturated by anger and guilt and frustration and shame and everything, all those like really draining emotions, that to actually make change, to actually live in a changed world, we need a world which is not saturated through these drives, through these emotions, right? And we need a world which is of love, not of fear and not of anger and not of guilt, right? And it's only when we move away from these driving emotions that, we will be able to build that world of love. So if you're building something which is the foundation of it, which is anger or frustration, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying that eventually it's not really changing anything, because then we are reproducing just more of what is already out there in the world. But if we want to really actually change it, then we need to learn a way to forgive. We need to learn a way to release that anger and frustration and find that center in ourselves, which will like really which really is about love and peace. And from that center we need to ask, what do we really want to make in this world? Not from your angry self, not from your frustrated self, but from your loving self. Your loving self is the one which will give you good guidance about how you want to take this forward and what do you really want. But to get to that loving self, you need to forgive others and you need to forgive yourself. And forgiveness is not about approving others' actions. No, no, no. I mean, if you are approving, then there will be no need to forgive, right? But it's not about approving, it's about accepting. And there's a difference between acceptance and approval. Acceptance is, approval is, like validating something as good or like but acceptance is more about, moving away from this energy. How could the world do this? How could moving away from that energy to like saying, this is what is happened in the world, this is the fact, I accept it, I do not want to do this anymore, I accept that people have done this wrong, instead of saying, how could they, and not just saying, but it's like that energy inside of us which works that way, instead of flying on that, it's about feeling all the grief, feeling, because once you accept it, once you accept all these bad things as a fact, this amazing, overwhelming flood of grief really will come into you. It won't be anger, it won't be guilt, it would be like real, it won't be shame, it would be grief. And that grief will bring out tears, and you must release those tears. That's how you will forgive humanity, and that's how you will forgive yourself as part of humanity. And that's how you'll be able to reach that loving core of you, that inner heart space from which you can move forward and, build that thing for the world, make a real change in the world, which is centered and rooted in love, not just in anger and frustration. So that's really a message for you here. And now I'm gonna pull out a couple of moon cards from the Moonology Oracle and just see any additional messages or guidance which the moon has for you. Let's see what we got here. Politics is deep, guys. It's not simple reaction. It's not simple opposition. Real resistance, real resilience doesn't happen in simple opposition. It happens in finding the third way, right? You have to find the third way, and that third way is forgiveness. Wow, 2 cards. Let's see. Wow. It's in reverse, but I'm gonna read it upright, I think. So yeah, emotions are running high. I mean, everything we talked about, right? Like, just it's not wrong to feel emotions. Just be careful which emotions you are basing your life upon, and which emotions you are letting guide you, and which emotions you are not paying attention to. Because, the best guides are often the quietest. And if you are hearing some emotions as the louder ones, you need to just be careful if you want to be guided by them or not. Forgiveness. Find a way to forgive yourself, and you'll forgive others. Forgive others, and you'll forgive yourself. It's all connected, guys. A new start is coming. Yeah. something radical is gonna happen. Just wait till the next new moon, and yeah. And hey, look, emotions are running high. SuperMoon. I mean, this could not be clearer. What a sign. We just passed through the SuperMoon. So yeah. Again, I think like this is so interesting because like this is this highly charged, emotional, card. Even though like it's actually about logic, but behind this logic, what this King of Swords buries is a lot of like emotion, which when remain unacknowledged will always drive you. The more you don't acknowledge your emotions, the more they'll work behind the scenes to make your decisions for you, which you don't even realize. And this is what like a lot of spiritual and shadow work is about, right? Bringing into awareness all your possibilities and powers, and instead of letting instead of letting things just happen, to take responsibility for yourself, to take control. Control is not a great word, but yeah, responsibility. To take responsibility for your own emotions. And yeah, a new start. Meditate, and a new start is coming. Again, like what they're saying is, you wanting to do this project or whatever, it's really not a bad idea. It's a great idea, but just go deeper, and find a way to forgive. Find a way to forgive. So that's all for your reading, group 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am gonna see you soon. Take care, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. I always want to hear how it resonated, whether you liked it, or whether you have any new questions you want to put in. So please see below. Bye, take care. Hi everyone. So if you chose group 2, this is your reading. Let's see what card we have which signifies you and your energy. Wow, the bee. So seems like you have been working quite hard at something, at building something, especially at building something for yourself. I'm feeling here, because it's funny, because even though bees are normally very like they work in colonies, and they live in large groups, and like there's assigned roles and discipline and stuff like that always. But the feeling I'm getting for this card, from this card, is that for once you want to build something for yourself and not for, or like with everyone else. Even like it's something you want to do just for yourself, but you also want to do it by yourself. Like you don't, you somehow don't want others interference into it. And yeah, and you, in a way, I think you are still trying to figure out, because there are like these four hives, and I feel like you're still trying to figure out which hive is the best for you, or which direction you really want to go in, and which direction you want to take in life. But you have come to a realization that um, you need to do this by yourself. You can't keep listening to others, and you can't keep taking in others' opinions of what to do next, or how to live your life, how to be in your relationships, um, what kind of relationship do you even have, because it's almost like you kind of like have realized that the more you do that, the less you know yourself. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and even with the yellow color here and the orange and the yellow, like I feel like it's been quite an emotional journey for you to get here, to get to this point where, uh, you know, you feel like you want to figure this on your own, and you want to know who you are. And like I think you had to work through a lot of guilt almost to get here, but like the yellow also makes me feel like, yeah, you really want to, your sense of self is getting stronger. Yeah, interesting. So let's see what cards we have for you today. I already pre-shuffled. Um, so these cards will tell me uh, what you are focusing on, and what the universe, or the moon and the universe, because we are all connected, wants your focus to be. So, wow, what you're focusing on, 10 of swords, and what they want your focus to be is 5 of swords in reverse. Lots of swords energies today. A lot of this is only the second pile, but yeah, like even in the uh, last shuffle, the last group, it was all swords. Yeah, swords is associated with like a lot of mental thinking, a lot of like, yeah, thinking, as opposed to feeling or doing, or just like, yeah. So there's a lot of thinking, I think, in the collective in general. That's the sense I get. Anyway, so wow, 10 of Swords is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck, which if I told anyone else, they would laugh at me, I think. But I just feel like 10 of Swords speaks so personally to me, uh, because it's really about having gone through a lot of pain. And I feel you have recently, or you are coming out of a phase right now where you have been through so much pain. You have struggled so hard. It's like you have been broken, literally. Well, not literally, but like it almost feels like your soul has been broken, and or your heart has been broken into like 10,000 million pieces. Not just your heart, even like your identity, your sense of self, who you were or who you thought you were. It's been broken, and like it's been like, how do I like to often say it? Like, yeah, it's like you were a whole spice, and then life was that kind of crushing bowl which like crushed you, yeah, till till you. I mean, yeah, you just broke. You became this like fine powdered spice. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm laughing. It's just like I think I'm laughing at me, because this is what I associate with this card, and this is what I have experienced in life. And I think this is like where your focus is right now, because like you're focusing on all that pain of the past, all that amazing, awesome, almost like divinely sent pain, like you have gone through and dealt with, like, how do I say, like stabs, 10 stabs all across your body, you know, that feeling. And that's where your focus is currently. And, I understand, like, it's so hard to go through that kind of pain, guys. Like, I mean, I can laugh at it in hindsight, but I know it's so hard. It's so hard. So, I mean, I think right off the bat, I want to say you are so strong. You are so strong to have gone through that and still survive and still live. I mean, wow. You are amazingly strong. And I feel my eyes welling up right now. I'm about to cry, which I won't, but like I just want to say that I feel your emotion, I I know, I know. And you are so strong because you felt all of it. You went through all of it, but you are still here. You are still standing. You are still alive. It's also the judgment. More on that later. So basically, they're saying that right now, your a lot of your focus is on all this pain you have been through in the recent past, or maybe even now, But in a way, you're also replaying those things which have happened in the past, and they want to shift your focus to Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords upright is about almost like an arrogant kind of victory, but Five of Reverse is, as you can see now, it's about putting your cards down. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm done. It's about surrender. So they're asking you to get out of playing the game you have been playing all your life, whether you did it consciously or not. The patterns you have been pushing through in your lives, whether you did it consciously or not. The even the identity you had built for yourself, the idea of you, the idea of self, who you were telling you are, the story you had created for yourself, what you were telling yourself who you are. Leave it, surrender. Stop playing that game and stop playing the rules by that. Stop playing by the rules of that character, which you had built for yourself in the past, or which even the society had given up to you, and I mean, you didn't know who you were, and so, which is normal, right? We all start our spiritual journeys like this. We don't know who we are really, so we go through life, shit happens, and then everything we knew about ourselves and who we were totally breaks down. So in a way, this is asking you to see all this pain as an opportunity, to kind of like find meaning in it. It's asking you to find meaning in that pain, and that opportunity and that meaning is an opportunity for you to tell a new story about yourself and who you are. because they're asking you to basically give up the game, give up playing by their rules, by society's rules, by what other people have told you. Give up playing by even, what you have internalized from, this patriarchal, capitalist, empire, society, whatever, world, you know what I mean, like racialized, about what counts, as success, for instance, what you have internalized about that. Are those ideas really yours, or did you get it from somewhere? And if you got it from somewhere, wouldn't you like to know what's really yours? What's really your idea about what success looks like? This is your opportunity. Now that so much pain has broken you down, anything is possible. See? Surrender your past ideas of yourself. Surrender your past ideas of success. Surrender your past ideas of what's important in life. Surrender yourself to the universe. Surrender to the divine. Because you see, the amazing thing about being ground from that whole spice you were into a fine powder is that now the food will taste much better. That's why we grind spices. And I know it's hard to say it right now, and in no way am I trying to invalidate your pain. Oh my God, I know it's so painful. Seriously. I mean, every pain, every inch of pain you have felt and you are feeling is real. Feel it. But all I want to say is that there is meaning in all of this, It's not all random, and it's not all for vain, it's not because the universe hates you or God hates you. No. Mother Goddess always loves you. Universe always loves you. They have given you these hard times, and they have given you these opportunities so that you can get out of the hive, get out of other people's opinions and society's structures, get out of that structure and find for yourself who you are. That's the meaning of all this. It's why you have been given that opportunity, because the universe loves you so much that they want, and they love the real you. So they want you to find that real you for yourself as well. Judgment. Who's the real you? How? Something about integrity here. How would you like to live your life, and what does living a life with integrity look like to you? These are all the questions you are being asked to focus upon. Surrender all the ideas you have held so far. Surrender to the universe. Let the universe guide you. They are here for you. Okay? They are here for you. Advice. Wow. Epidote. Go deeper. Maybe it's epidote. I don't know. Something to look up today. But wow, go deeper. Wow. Everything I said right now is about going deeper. Going deeper into who you are, who you really are, who's your authentic self, right? Who do you really want to be? Not the aspirations you have internalized from your family and from your community, from society, or even books and media about what is a good life and what is good behavior, No, but who are you? Go deeper. Go deeper. understand that all this pain had meaning and has meaning. It's not for vain. Your life is not for vain. Your life is not a plaything to be footballed around, No, no, no. That's not why. That's not why the universe gave you the moon, guided you through all those very, very dark times and very, very dark spaces. No, it was to help you find the real you. Surrender all the ideas you were given. Surrender and find you. Go deeper. All right, now, so I'm gonna pick out now some of the moon cards from Moonology deck for additional guidance. And let's see what the moon has to say now to you. You matter, guys. Your lives matter. Your pain matters. You are being called to make something out of it. Well, that's 2 cards, right? Yep. I really think this is the answer to, if you are asking what next and what's gonna happen and who you are. They're saying nothing is set in stone. This is something you will co-create with the universe, because it's not about fatalism. Your authentic self is not about fatalism. It's not that something is already written in stone or in the cards, like, and you just have to find it. It's not just about that. It's about co-creating through the universe. Your free will matters. See? So even if the universe has a plan for you, if you don't work with the universe, if you don't co-create with it, nothing will come of it, and your life wouldn't be according to that plan. So this is not fatal. This is not fatalism. This is not predestined and whatever you do doesn't matter. It matters. What you do matters. What path you choose for yourself matters. Of course, there are other forces at play. There is the universe at play. It's not about this liberal individualism saying that, oh, you are everything and you have everything under control and you know everything and all the pressure is on you. No, it's not like that. All the pressure is not on you. The universe has some responsibility too. And the universe is always responsible towards you, as long as you are responsible towards the universe. And what your responsibility towards the universe entails first is to be responsible to yourself and your feelings. So, yeah, who you are, what will happen next, nothing is set in stone until you take that step of finding yourself, right? And knowing yourself and your true worth. Who you are, what you want. Go deeper. Go deeper. Nothing is yet set in stone. And work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. It's interesting that it comes up in reverse, because I feel like from this reversal, I feel like a lot of you are not really facing your fears. You are not really admitting to yourself, even, you're not really admitting to yourself how scared you are, because, oh my God, I know this is such a scary place to be in. I mean, I have really been here, guys, and I have to say, like, I remember, I distinctly remember thinking when I was going through this phase was, I am a baby. I'm a naked baby who has been let loose to cross the road, and I cannot even like walk. I'm only like crawling, on all fours, and I have been left to walk, like cross the road, not walk, but like crawl and cross the road. While on the road, there's like all sorts of traffic zooming by, and I'm only a baby who can't even walk. And that's the feeling I got, you know. That's what this kind of situation left me. And it's unbelievable pain. And with that pain, realizing that you are out of it and what next, with the question of what next comes unbelievable fear. I know. And I just want to tell you, this is normal. This is part of the process. Once I acknowledged to myself how fearful I was feeling, that fear went away. So please, be, just be very mindful of your fears. Don't try to run away from your fears, because your fears are, the more you run away from fears, the bigger they will get. But the more you shine light on them, the more you show love to yourself and your fears, because fears are also part of you. The more your true self will reveal itself. Fear is not something to run from. Fear is something to be confronted courageously. So work through your fears, guys. This is the message from the moon for you. And I wish you really all the best, and sending you all a big hug. You can do this. I know you are strong. You have been through this. You can do this for sure. I have no doubt. Just have that faith in yourself. Love you. Take care. Bye. Hi everyone. So if you chose group 3, this is your reading. Now let's see what card we have for you. It's butterfly, butterfly in reverse. Interesting. So butterflies are all about transformation and coming into new paths and new energies. But I also get a very social sense from butterfly, like a social butterfly. And I feel like what this card is telling me is that in some way you have been using people and socializing to avoid facing yourself. Like, looking at like others and outer world instead of looking yourself and bringing that transformation within yourself. Pink, the color of love. Green, the color of heart. And purple, the color of spirituality, in a way, connecting to the universe, connecting to the matter spirit, right? So what I feel is that you have a very big heart. Or like you have been feeling really generous lately. You are like a really sociable, nice, amiable person. But somehow, this, instead of being like your superpower, it's kind of being excessively used. And your empathy, I also feel you are very empathic. You easily sense other people's emotions and feelings, and you easily also absorb their feelings and emotions. So what this means is that when you are meeting a lot of people or socializing or consuming even a lot of media, uh, for example on social media, or just like being glued to your phone or something, you are absorbing all those energies, and your own sense of self, your own energy is getting like smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, 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 and you're losing yourself. And that's the energy I'm getting from this. So let's see the next cards for you. I've already pre-shuffled some cards for you. So let's see what comes out. These cards will tell us about where your focus is and what your focus should be. So which way should we do this? Universe, please guide us. Moon spirit, please guide us. This way? Yes. Where your focus is and where your focus should be. Okay. So 4 of Wands. And is where your focus is, and where your focus should be is page, sorry, not page, Jack of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel this is about, yeah, like, look, 4 of Wands is also a lot about community and socialization, and not socialization but socializing, and like it's got like a party and gatherings and people meeting up, and that's kind of where your focus is. But which I already mentioned before, but what I also get from this is something about like a love interest, because this card also signifies like the promise of a commitment or a union, something like this. So I feel like there's someone you may be interested in, or you feel like passionately towards, and you're not quite sure, however, if they feel the same way towards you, or at least, even if you're sure, at least you have, I don't know, you have anxieties about where this relationship is going, or where this friendship is going, or where it is headed. And yeah, and in a way, it's kind of leading you to over invest in this connection. It need not be a connection, it can also be a project, especially if it's a creative project and you're feeling really anxious about it and where it's going. But somehow I get like, for the most of you watching this, I think it's about like a romantic connection of some sort, or at least a romantic friendship. It's something, like it's something to do with someone else. And this is where your focus is, and what they're asking you to turn your focus towards, what the moon is asking you to turn your focus towards, what the universe is asking you to turn your focus towards, is the Jack of Pentacles. So that's a combination of the Page and Knight, and this is a slow moving energy. So, and Wands is a very fast moving energy. So yeah, one clear message here is that if you're feeling impatient, and if you're feeling anxious, and like, why are things not happening faster, why are things not moving faster, if your thoughts are racing, there is a need to ground yourself. This is about grounding and center yourself, to slow down your thoughts. From that fast pacedness, you must slow down. That's where they're asking to put your focus. And also, this is about like learning a new skill, or even pursuing a hobby which keeps you excited and creatively interested. Because right now you have all this creative energy moving on about you, and I feel you are a really creative person. You are like very, very, yeah, very, very creative driven, very, very creatively driven, and you need that kind of like excitement, right? uh, to get out of bed every morning. And I get that, right? Like you need that, you need something to look forward to, right? Where you can create and shine. And in some ways, relationships are easily that kind of venue where you can do that. Like, it's one venue where we do that in our relationships, especially romantic relationships, especially early stages of romantic relationships. Most people are like really creative. um, and this is not about like just like creating a painting or something, right? Like, I mean, it's about the way of living, how we live that phase of our life. Why love feels so exciting at the beginning? Because we get that creative spark, right? And so, relationships is obviously one area of creativity, but mm, they're asking you to not pour all your creative energies into this connection or this relationship, or even if it's a creative project, not pour all your energies into this particular creative project, because this is a question of balance. Like, you are being disproportioned, you are putting excess of your creative energies there, and they want you to instead channel and direct your creative energies into something else, another project which you know are interested in, or which you can create, or another thing which kind of like really sparks your fancy and you can like really connect to. And I have to say, at this point, I'm really relating with this pile. I did not see this coming. Yeah. And like, that anticipation and this like a quick movement and anxiety and impatience you feel about this relationship, like this connection, like it's all about like, it's coming from being unbalanced, because you're pouring so much of your energy into that when you need to kind of like calm down and ground and pour your energy into something else as well. This is not to say that you should not, that this is a bad idea, or like this connection is a bad idea. This is not to say that at all. I think there is a lot of promise in this connection, but that promise will go away the faster you move. The more you obsess about it, the more you focus all your energies around it, and instead what you're being asked to do is focus those energies on learning a new skill. Maybe there's something you've always wanted to learn, like, I don't know, learn to sew, learn to knit, learn to write, take a class. I mean, you can take so many online classes these days. Learn to paint, you know. So these are that kind of like creativity, creative rechanneling in a way, will actually help you find balance in this relationship and or in this connection, and that will like make you more grounded, because and slower, because unless I mean, the faster you move, the more you'll obsess. But the slower you are, the more deliberate you are, the more you kind of expand your interest. And this does not, I really feel for a lot of you, it is about a hobby. You're being asked to, you're being asked to focus on another hobby. For some of you, a small number of you, it could be a friendship. But I really think for a large number of you, it is like a hobby, not another person, but a new skill. And you're being like just asked to learn that new thing which you've always wanted to learn but never had the time, you know? And this is a golden opportunity to kind of like expand that area of life for you, for yourself. So let's look at the advice card we have for you. Oh, Tiger's Eye, overcome your fears. And below that, I wrote the affirmation: I face fear with love and faith. I face fear with love and faith. So, guys, first of all, Tiger's Eye is about focus, balance, focus, right? And that's what we have talked about. Focus is the opposite of obsession. Obsession is when obsession is not focus, because it's like blowing things in a way out of proportion. It's like a vicious loop, but focus feels grounding. Focus doesn't feel like an anxiety loop. That focus feels grounding, and that's what we are being asked to do. That's what you are being asked to do. I think I include myself in this group. And yeah, actually, that's also one of the reasons why I decided to do the tarot reading today, to focus on my hobbies. Well, not a hobby, but yeah, like at least like putting on YouTube. It's important to me to keep doing these tarot readings. And yeah, so yeah, it's about focus, but sometimes we are not able to focus because and get into that obsessive energy because we kind of fear what if, like there's this, we kind of fear that we will not get the outcome we want, and that kind of leads us into this obsession loop, that what if this and what if that, and like uh, trying to imagine all scenarios and then figure out all scenarios and put like stoppages and whatever, like I don't know, make a plan of control and blah blah blah, and you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, just the thing is, the more you give your energy to this right now, the more you'll get into that loop, and which is why you're being asked to give your energy to another passion project of yours. It's this needs to be something which is not a chore like work or something, but something you actually feel passionate about, and like also something which is new. That's the important thing. It needs to be a new skill or a new hobby. That's what I'm getting, like something you don't already know or aren't already good at. It needs to be about like that process of discovery. And of course those process of discoveries are fear inducing, because you are new, you're trying something you have not done before, and you're scared, will I be able to do it, will I not, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's where you need to overcome your fears and know that fear is also a part of you. That's okay. That's okay. But love and faith is also a part of you. So make those parts of you meet, make your fear meet your love and faith. Hug your fear. Tell it it's all gonna be okay. Tell it this is all in God's hands. This is in Goddess's hands. This is in the universe's hands. And you will also learn this new thing. You're not like going into your creative life and your relationships alone. There's always spirit helping you. Be aware of that. The moon is always there, the universe is always there. The butterfly will transform you if you only let it. you know not fears, but focus. Take a break from thinking about this. Whenever you find your thoughts drifting to this connection, do your other joyful thing, do your passion project. That's the message I'm getting here for you, and what you need to focus on. And let's get some more guidance from the Moonology deck, right? Let's get, wow. Wow. Okay. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Do I need to say more? So yeah, like this is about balancing, finding balance within yourself, finding balance between that controlling, obsessive part of yourself. But I mean, it's not even about like balance in the sense of compromise, but like it's about finding balance between your will, your ego, and your faith and love of the universe, your faith in the universe. So finding balance between practicality, your will, your ego, with which you do things in the world, with which you act in the world, right? And spirituality, which is your trust and faith in the universe. So know that the universe is by your side, and they are helping you. So you don't need to like overthink or over obsess or worry about this. This is your sign, okay? This is your sign from the moon. And keep looking for signs like this, that will really help you increase your faith in what the universe has for you, and like how the universe always has your back. So, just every morning you wake up, say, hey, I want a sign today, and like say what sign you want, and watch the universe give it to you. It can be small things, because getting big signs and big results, that kind of like takes more time. But if you need an everyday sign, just ask for little things. Like I often ask for feathers, or mm, like heart symbols, or like certain animals or birds which I see, and then like those are my signs from the universe. So this can kind of like help you find that balance between, action and stillness. That is exactly what spirituality and practicality is. Balance between action and stillness. And that stillness needs to be in your mind too. Action is also about how your mind races. So try to channel all that creative romantic energy into your creative projects and your passion projects. So let's look at what's the other message we have from the moon. SuperMoon. Ooh. It's too many cards. One card, please. This one? Yes. Oh, that's too many cards. What? Wow. Scattered energies, guys. Be mindful. Meditation can help you a lot also, I'm seeing. Face your fear with love and faith. Face your fear with love and faith. I face fear with love and faith. You can repeat that every morning to yourself or any time in the day. I usually put like some nice affirmations. I write them on a piece of paper and put them on a wall, so that, especially like in my workspace, so I can see them every day when I'm working. It reminds me. Because our personal lives and work lives are not like distinct, right? We bring whatever energy we are in, we bring those energies to one sphere of our life or the other. Fine, they're giving me 2 cards for you, so wow, it's the same card which had fallen earlier. Well, one of the same cards. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Confidence is your key to success. Yeah, so new moon in Leo. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Wow. So, sorry for that. I just tuned into a lot of energy there. So, if you have been going through something like really tough, like really painful, and I feel like this especially might have to do with your relationship issues in quotes. I mean, like just how you approach relationships, and if you have found there's something to work upon and you have been working on that, I feel you have to know that that cycle is coming to an end. And this might have to do something which happened some significant occurrence last July, last summer, if July, if you're in the northern hemisphere, but yeah, and or 2 summers ago, you know. So that cycle is kind of coming to an end. And know that confidence is the key to your success. This doesn't mean confidence doesn't mean denying your fears. I think I just want to say that at the outset, because a lot of people say confidence is about not having fear. No, confidence is about having fear, but facing it with love and faith. And what is love and faith? Love and faith is that courage, because we live in a society where we are not, like, if you say you believe in the universe or you trust the universe, like, people don't really take you seriously, uh, because that's not logical or that's not scientific, right? So it takes a lot of courage to really sustain that faith, to really sustain that love for both yourself and for the universe, because the universe loves you. It really takes faith to sustain that faith that the universe loves you. And I mean, even if you come from, like, even in a lot of the big religions of the world today, like, we are taught to not really have faith in ourselves, because I don't know, like, I don't want to make any generalized statements, but I have to say my own experience with religion has not been so great. So this is not like I'm not advocating some sort of religious fervor, mm, because you have to understand the universe loves you and the universe wants you good. The universe is not gonna betray you, basically. And every painful episode you have been in the past, it was there for a reason and meaning, right? And I know you have learned through it. So have confidence in universe and have confidence in yourself, and that's when good things will come out. And just, like, yeah, don't, there's no need to get anxious. I understand if you feel anxious. That's normal. It's normal to feel anxious, especially if you have had bad experiences in the past. But know that there is no reason to, acknowledge your anxiety and then let it go. You know, your anxiety, even when you feel it, doesn't need to define you or make your decisions for you or paralyze you. You are so amazing and you have so much creative powers and creative energies. Just, direct it to your creative projects and hobbies. All right, so that's all I will say today, guys. I hope this was useful for you. I wish you all the very best. Be the dancing butterfly, not the reverse butterfly. And I love you all. And lots of good luck. Please like, subscribe, comment if you feel called to. I always love hearing from you. And I would also like to know how you like this new format. And if you have any other questions you'd like me to do in my next readings. And yeah, wishing you all the best. Bye. Hi everyone. So if you pick group 4, this is gonna be your reading. So this is one with the amethyst here. Let's see what card comes up for you. The bat. So this is the card which signifies you and your energy right now, and it's the bat. Lots of I feel like you have been confronting a lot of your shadow energy, or you have been made aware of it, which just means, parts of us which we tend to hide even from ourselves, and, which are difficult for us to process through And I feel like you have been going through this phase where you have been processing a lot of your negative emotions. I don't think any emotion is negative, so to say, per se, but like negative in the sense of bad. But it has a purpose. But yeah, there are some emotions a lot of our society finds undesirable, and I feel like you have been working through, or at least acknowledging that you have those emotions in yourself right now. And this is like, I don't think it's been easy work for you. Honestly, like, I think it's been tough for you to kind of like confront yourself like this, to see yourself like this, especially when you feel like others are better off, maybe. And this kind of creates this almost tendency for you to run away from your emotions. I'm getting this from like this bat, and it's got almost like this trickster energy. Um, like, nah, nah, I'm not gonna face you. Bye. Nah, nah, I flew away. And like, I feel like you might have been struggling with this, like, tendency to, not just now, but maybe almost all your life, to not like really face up to your emotions, especially when they are not so easy, especially when they're tougher emotions like grief or sadness or like guilt or shame or anger, even, you know. And but like lately, at the same time, I feel like you have been made almost, given, I mean, maybe there's been a situation which kind of like brought up these emotions in you, and you have been made to kind of like face that, like, universe, life has made you, you know. And yeah, you're working through that. Whether you like it or not, you are in that phase of, I don't know what some people here on YouTube call the dark night of the soul. I don't really know what that means, but I hear those phrases and I think it means this. So yeah. And yeah, let's get some more information. These cards will tell us where your focus is and where your focus should be. So let me just shuffle them and see what comes up. I don't know. Okay, where your focus is and where your focus should be. Where your focus is. Ooh. Four of, four of, what is this? Four of Pentacles in reverse. And where your focus should be, Three of Swords. Oh, oh, oh. Have you recently been through a breakup or something like this? Yeah, I kind of get that energy. So I feel like going through this stuff, even if it need not necessarily be a breakup, but I feel like for many of you it was, or at least it could have been a romantic situation, or like one of those, like, I don't know, familial situations, even, not necessarily romantic, where you, like, in relationship to other people, is what I mean, where you have had some disillusionments and you had to go through tough period of, or you had to finally confront some truths which were very hard for you to uh, confront about that particular relationship. And yeah, and in a way, because those emotions were so tough, you were kind of you started like self medicating almost through, and I don't, yeah, because when tough emotions come up, like it's not always easy for us to face them, and it seems in that moment it seems much easier to like not do anything or like run away from it. So it's like, think of a, okay, wow, so much coming here, lots. Guys, you have a lot of emotion brewing underneath you which you are not acknowledging, and now all of it's coming to me. I feel right now your focus has become kind of a self-soothing, soothing, not even in a good way, but kind of like self-medicating almost. And that doesn't need to be with actual drugs or anything, but it can be through like spending money. Especially here, I'm getting like Four of Pentacles reversed, spending money on things which make you, at least for a short time, feel good about yourself. So it could be like, I don't know, a lot of shopping, a lot of going out, eating out, or I don't know, like whatever makes you feel like in the short run good about yourself, or gives you that like little bit of high in midst of all that pain you are feeling right now. And yeah, that's kind of where your focus is, on spending almost like spending that money, and not really facing your fears. You know how how this person is like kind of hiding behind all these coins, or like all these monies. So kind of seeking in a way material pleasures to numb your emotions. And it's almost like the energy of that child, who kind of is playing in a and this is really not meant to, this example is really not meant to infantilize you. I think children are very intelligent. I love them. So like, they are not, this is not to infantilize anyone, but to say that, like how when as kids we used to fall down or get hurt, while playing, and like there was a wound, and then on the wound, like we were supposed to, or our parents or whatever, our caretakers gave us those antiseptics to apply, or they had to apply those antiseptics, but so that the wound doesn't get worse, right? But our first instinct was to run away from it because it hurt so much, right? When they applied those antiseptics, right? Those wounds burned and they hurt even more than the actual fall, at least, even when that was healing. So healing is kind of like that, like there is that fear in the first instant, in the first moment of healing, and that juncture is crucial, because that's when we feel the most like running away from that healing, running away from our wounds, because it hurts somehow even more. Because you have to confront the wound, you have to see the wound, and you have to acknowledge it, you have to accept that the wound has happened, because if you don't, you can't apply the antiseptic, you can't give your wound healing if you don't accept that it's happened. When you don't accept it's happened, you will rationalize all ways to all the reasons why you don't need that antiseptic, why you don't need that healing. So here is a call, you know three of swords. Here is a call for you to move into healing, basically. And that move will begin by you first acknowledging that there is a wound. You can't just, whatever situation you have been through, you can't just brush away and like say, I'm fine. Like that's not how healing works, right? Like, I mean, that's a sure short way to make your wound infected. And that's gonna hurt much more in the longer run. You know that. So why not take, why not begin the healing now? You know, that's what they're asking you to acknowledge. They're asking you to move into healing. And they're asking you to accept that this wound is there. And how will that acceptance happen? It will happen through feeling the grief. Three of Swords. It's all about feeling the grief. Not rationalizing the grief, not logic, ah, what's the word? Okay, I'll make up a word. Not logicifying the Greek, logically fying the Greek, not Greek. Not logically fying the grief, not analyzing it. That's not, yeah, it's not just about mental thinking. Real acceptance of that wound will not just come from like mental thinking, it will come from confronting and feeling in your body the grief and how it flows through your body, how it makes you feel empty, how it really makes you also feel overwhelmed at the same time, how it makes you feel exhausted. Like grief makes you feel so exhausted, right? How it brings up those tears. Let yourself feel exhausted. Let yourself feel those tears. Let those tears flow. Because tears are your antiseptic. Tears are what is gonna heal you. This is about body work, not mental thinking. So your focus needs to move away from trying to self-medicate or numb your grief with these material pleasures into actual self-care. Self-care is not about the neoliberal economy and like buying a ton of shit and shopping. No. It begins at feeling. It begins at feeling your feelings. It begins at feeling. Feel your grief and it's tell yourself, I mean, that it's okay. And I'm telling you, I mean, if you are not sure, I'm telling you, it's okay to feel your grief. It's okay to be sad. It's it's okay to it's okay to be sad. It's okay to have this wound. It's okay to have this wound. I know you didn't ask for it. There's always something which happens in this world which is not in our control. But there's always a meaning, and processing this grief, over this wound will help you actually find what is the meaning. Why are you going through this? What does universe have planned for you? It's not all in vain. You need to feel your feelings, guys. Love yourself. Feel the love even as you feel the pain. Because, without pain, there's no love in this world. Pain is the hallmark. No, I don't want to say shit like that because, that's so easily appropriated by masochists. I'm not asking you to be a masochist. I'm just asking you to feel your pain. This is not about punishing yourself. This is not about punishing yourself. Be very careful. The lines are very thin in our world, somehow have been made very thin between feeling our pain versus punishing ourselves. You don't need to punish yourself, but you need to acknowledge that grief in your body. You need to feel it and you need to let those tears flow. This will not be forever. If it's forever, then you are punishing yourself. But this is not gonna be forever. Watch those tears flow and you'll feel lighter inside of you. You know, right now there's this heaviness there's a lot of heaviness which you use all these material pleasures to distract yourself from, but there need not be that heaviness. You can release that heaviness. Give it to the universe. Give it to the wind. It's not yours to keep. That heaviness, you don't need to carry it, and tears are gonna help you release it. Okay, the last card from the pre-shuffled ones, we have a get back into balance. So yeah, this is really about also what is balance about? Balance is a lot about timing. When you choose to do what. And now is the time to ask yourself, is engaging in these material pleasures, and there's nothing per se wrong with that, but it's about timing, engaging in these material pleasures now, at this time, when you have faced so much, when you have been through so much, when you have been so disillusioned. Is that really the right time for you to do that now? Is that the right thing which is helping your healing? Is it actually helping your healing, or is it just numbing your healing? Or like just numbing, not your healing, but numbing the pain of your wound. So the wound is still there and it will fester. It will, if you don't heal it, it will fester, it will harden, and it will cause problems in the long run. It will get infected, right? So it's about timing, is this the right time to do this or not? That's what balance is about. So you need to really think yourself for yourself. Again, nothing wrong with seeking material pleasures, but overindulging, that's not balanced. Using it to run away from your real self, that's not balanced. So it's about timing. What are you doing now, given what has happened so far? Is what you are choosing to do balance? Something to think about. All I'm saying, something to think about. Not here to give a homily. All right, last cards, we will see our messages from the moon. Messages from the moon herself. So what do you need to know? Advice and guidance for pile 4. Wow, 2 perfect cards. Cool. I can't make this up, guys. I shuffled it right in front of you. I can't make this up. This is like a confirmation. Come on. The universe is sending you signs. Whether you choose to heed them or not, it's up to you. A time for healing, balsamic moon, came out in reverse, which means you're blocking it. So, it's up to you. You want to block it, block it. The universe doesn't judge you. Who am I to judge you if you block it? No one's judging you if you block it. But is that what you really want? All I'm saying, just take your decisions from your heart space, from your authentic self, not from fear. That's all I'm saying. Shouldn't you? Don't you want to do that? Again, Who am I to say? Who am I to judge? It's really up to you. I'm just telling you these are your options. This is what the universe is telling you right now. I'm just a channel. I'm just telling you the universe brings you these options. Either you can choose to, run away from your grief, run away from your emotions, or you can choose to actually heal. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Healing came up in reverse. A time for healing. So, guys, it's a time for healing, but you're blocking it. That's the message here. A new romantic cycle begins. Interesting. New moon in Libra. Something good is coming towards you. Something good is coming towards you. This was behind this, which means that unless you give yourself that healing, you're gonna miss it. Or maybe you're not gonna miss it. Maybe you'll still meet it. But who's to say it will be a very different consequence? I mean, I don't know. I should not say too much. I'm sorry. This is just not my. Look, your life is not mine. Your interests are not mine. Choose to live how you want to live. The universe just wants to tell you that there is a new opportunity for you romantically coming up soon. New moon in Libra, this tells me perhaps sometime around October this year. And yeah, it's up to you whether you want to heal before that or not. Or yeah, how you want to take this forward. That's your life, your decisions. The universe has given you signs. The rest is your work. Take care. If you wanna like, subscribe, or comment, everything down below. And I always love hearing from you. I actually always do love hearing from you. So let me know if this reading resonated or not. And I also want to hear from you if you want any particular questions around which you want me to do the reading. So I'll be happy to do that as well. Lastly, I just want to say the universe cares about you so much. The universe cares about you so much, and it is never judging you. The universe is never judging you. Whatever you choose to do, honestly. People may judge you, the universe will not judge you. The universe loves you unconditionally. That's all I want to say. That's the message. Time for healing. Take care. Bye. Hi everyone. So if you picked pile 5, group 5 with the serpentine, this is your reading. So the first card we get here will signify you and your energies in this moment. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you are coming to this. But whenever you are coming to this and watching it, the universe has guided you to do that, and it is the right reading for you at this time. Of course, it's also a general reading, so not everything in it might resonate. So take what resonates. But there's definitely a message for you here. Wow, I did not say all this for other groups. Somehow I feel the need to say this to you. Must be one of the most skeptical people. Anyway, so let's look at your card. Mouse, nice, cute. That's cute. I love the smile here. And the cheese. Aww. So yeah, from this I'm getting that you have been working hard at something, maybe even doing some kind of detail-oriented work, and you are maybe waiting on the results of it or the achievement and being recognized. And what I'm getting is that recognition is coming to you if it has not already. Though I had to begin this reading twice, so I feel like there might be some delays for this result to come to you, but be assured that it is coming. Good things are on your way. Very, very nice vibe here, honestly. I'm getting, you worked hard, I mean, not just in your work, but also like in facing your fears. So, like, not just directly in your work, but in a way, this thing has made you face your fears, or your situation has made you fears. This doesn't need to be like a career work, but whatever situation you've been through, uh, and you have faced your fears, or you are facing your fears, and good things are going to come out of it. Like, that's kind of like the message universe is sending here, the moon is sending here. Nice. You should be proud of yourself. Keep going. All right, so I already pre-shuffled some other cards for you, and we're gonna look at them one by one. So first, these two cards, they're gonna tell us what your current focus is and where you should bring your focus, or what the universe is, not where you should, but what your current focus is and what the universe is kind of nudging you towards, let's say. Yeah, so let's see where your focus is. Interesting. Three of Pentacles, and where the universe is nudging you towards Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, exciting energies. I'm getting very excited. Like, I think there's a lot of like excitement in store for you. Exciting, exciting. So what does this say? Three of Pentacles. So I do think this is about a work project or a work situation for most of you. Or at least like it's related to some sort of work collaboration with friends, maybe. That would be another situation. So it does not need to be like formal work, but some sort of project you're working with friends. And Three of Pentacles is a lot about collaboration, a lot about getting people together, working with them together, and that's kind of where your head's been at. And I think it's been kind of very much a learning experience for you to do these collaborations and work with people, especially when they have like many different ways of working and many different mindsets, and they bring very different things to the table, they have very different visions. So yeah, and I think you have been quite occupied in you know um, keeping the group together in a way, like making sure everyone gets along well with each other, keeping keeping the group moving, communication channels within the group, strengthening them, solidifying them. So in a way, like, your focus has been there, and you've been working hard on it, so that together you guys could build this like amazing thing. Because yeah, it's tough working in a group, and I think in a way you have been the anchor for this group to work together. Really, kudos on that. That's a tough one. Well done. But now what the universes want is guiding you to focus on as well is this Ace of Wands. So this is about you, and like, what's your idea and what's your vision for this project, for this group. Um, because I get the feeling that while you have been like a master negotiator of all these like really complicated relationships, intra group relationships, um, it has also in a way diluted maybe the idea, I mean, diluted is not the right word, but like maybe the idea is not quite the same for you for this project as when you started it. And or at least you're not feeling as passionate towards the idea. The thing which made you jump into this project and like start collaborating with people, it seems like it's gone like a bit off track. I don't think it's like a massive off track, but like it's certainly not like you were much more excited at the beginning of the project, I feel, than you are feeling now about this whole idea or this whole project. And I mean, some of that tiredness is like obviously natural because you have been working so hard on it. But what the universe is asking you is to basically be careful that you, in trying to make the group go along and in trying to get everyone together, you don't end up compromising your own vision for what you want. Like you don't end up silencing your own voice because everyone else is speaking up so loudly, and then it's very natural in these scenarios. They're so tricky, and honestly, you must be an amazing diplomat to negotiate these situations. But uh, yeah, I mean, it's important to also not always become in that position of managing other people's emotions and feelings, and come back into that receptive energy of like just speaking out your opinion and your vision and saying what you don't like about it right now, and just expecting to receive that same reciprocation from others in the group, what you have given them, that expecting to receive that listening space from others, because you deserve to be listened and you have listened to everyone, and now it's also time for you to be listened by others in the group. And so they're basically asking you to kind of like focus your attention from others to yourself and what you want from this project. Yeah. Which is not to say that, like you should become selfish or something like this. Or you should like give up your role in kind of negotiating and maintaining those good intra group relationships, because you are doing an amazing job as far as I can say. But this does mean that finding that balance between you and others, between the self and the other, and speaking up when your voice matters, like speaking up your opinions, speaking up your visions, and not just being silent to maintain peace and harmony in the group. Because honestly, you don't have to always carry the burden of maintaining that peace and harmony in the group. That's what like I'm getting. You can sometimes just let go. You are not the emotional manager of this group, so don't take on that role. Yeah, you are allowed to be the emotional one yourself, or like the crazy one or the creative one yourself. You don't always have to take responsibility for everyone else's crazy ideas. You have crazy ideas, but indulge in them. All right, so now we'll get some advice from these two cards. The two cards from this crystal deck, daily crystal deck, popped out for you. This was not the case for the other groups, but two cards for you. So, yay! Let's see what advice they have. Lighten up. Lighten up. Wow. Okay. Angel Aura Quartz, lighten up. And Lapis Lazuli, make a decision. In reverse. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, the lighten up, I think it's a clear message, what I was saying about, like, not always taking responsibility for this group of people or for this project. You don't have to always become the default person to whom all the responsibility go. You are allowed to have fun, just have fun, lighten up, uh, be in that. You don't always have to give. You don't always have to keep giving. You are allowed to receive, and you are being asked to open up to that, like, fun energy, like that energy which drove you or motivated you in the beginning to start this project with this group of people, that excitement, that creativity, like, you need to go back into that and channel that again for yourself. And if that means giving up some of your responsibilities in the group for a while, do that. You are not you are not the parent of everyone else. you know they're not your kids. So just, like, let them go, and they you don't need to even, like, have a plan to take that step back. Like, let them figure out how to take this forward for a while. Like, you don't need to. You can relax is basically the message. And, like, lapis lazuli, make a decision in reverse. So yeah, like I was saying, you don't have to always be the one to keep making the plans for this group. You don't always have to be the one to keep pushing this project over and over. And I think, like, maybe there is some fear that if you don't do it, it's not gonna happen, or people are not gonna respond. But you honestly never know, when you don't even give a chance for or space, when you don't give that space to receive that excitement or input from other people, or you don't give space for others to take up if you don't give space for others to take up the leadership roles, then of course it's not gonna happen. you know but, like, if you take a step back and have your fun with this project, and like, be in that, like, fun mode, not always, like, pushing this and making the outcome happen, control mode, then you kind of are giving space for other people to step up and take more responsibility and take that lead. So you don't have to keep making all the decisions here, and you don't need to keep making all the decisions for this group. I think you need to just, like, yeah, lounge back, be in the sun, sip some water. Like, just relax, guys. Just relax for a while. You are allowed to let your hair down, and I mean, more than you're allowed to, you deserve it. At this point, you totally deserve it. You have done so much. Take a step back, see what happens. Just, like, take it from a curiosity perspective, no? Like, take that step back, curious about the outcomes, and just see what happens. You never know. You never know. Others might be more invested in this than you think, but you need to take that step back to find out. Yeah. Find your joy and creativity. Yeah. Don't in this project and other projects, even if you want to start something else, like, give your time there. Put this on the back burner for a while and just let other people take the lead. You don't need to be their teacher. You don't need to be their mom or dad, whatever. Like, parent. So, yeah. So lastly, let's get some messages, guidance, advice from the moon with these moonology cards. And let's see what the moon spirit and what the supermoon has to tell us. Ooh. Okay. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. And let's get another card. Moon, help us. Seriously, if you have another project you're getting interested in, give it a shot. Like, put your energies there. Take a step back from this project. and then you can always come back to it with fresh eyes, while after other people have done their bits on it. You need a break. That's what I'm getting. You need a break. I can't make this up, guys. I can't make this up. You see me shuffling before you. I mean, wow. I can't make this up. Like, the universe is here. The moon spirit is so much here with you, guiding you. You are so divine and blessed. Take time to breathe out. I mean, can I say, I can't, I'm just so blown by the universes and mother goddesses and moon's generosity. I love it. You are so blessed. Rest, meditate and contemplate, take a back seat, take time to breathe out, chill, relax. That's what you should be doing, guys. It's time to do that now. Yeah? Now means whenever you're watching this. And hey, all the best. Take care. And if you like this video or if this resonated with you, the messages, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I love to hear from you guys. It really, really helps me know that these messages are actually going somewhere. Or at least like connecting to people. It keeps me motivated to make more of these videos. Plus I also want to know what you think about this new shorter format. Do you like this better? So if you do, please let me know in the comments. And also, you can always leave this message. I'm taking time to breathe out in the comments. Yeah, that would be cool because, that's the message for you. Always sending an affirmation helps. So, all the best, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. SuperMoon messages was SuperMoon. Bye.